computer, please. Okay, here we go. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Fatima Ford. I am a kinesiologist and a nutritionist. And in the last 2 or 3 years, I have been running these 21-day purify programs to reset the gut health, which is all in the newspaper right now. Everyone is talking about gut health and how to recharge your gut microbiome. And today I have the lovely John with me, who has been through the 21-day Purify program with me. And this program is all about eating plan and taking 5 supplements, and then having a support group where we can chat and share and comment and recipes and things. So we created like a community. And John finished his program about 10 days, 2 weeks ago now, and he is going to share his journey with us. So congratulations, John, and thank you for being here today with me to do this interview. So please introduce yourself, John.
Hi, well, I think you've done it, Fatima. I'm John. I'm based in the UK, in Bristol, and I joined the course, the program with my wife, Emma.
Lovely, fabulous. Okay, John. So what was life like for you before, if you take yourself back to sort of 30 days ago or whatever it is, John, what was life like for you, or what was the reason for you to join us on this 21-day journey?
The two are linked, I guess. That the life is hectic. It's I think we're all learning to live with a new normal, whatever that is for various people. But from my position, it was been working from home, actually pretty much on the 12-month anniversary of when I started the program. Yeah. So I had those dynamics going on. Obviously, homeschooling was an issue. We've got 4 kids, so yeah. All 4 were being homeschooled. So wow. So life was, it was hectic. It was chaotic. We were trying to find as a family new routines. And that there's the anxieties that go with being all cooped up for 6 of you in a house. We've got a nice house, a nice garden, but it was the winter time. I think things were quite hard, actually, as I'm sure they were for many people.
Right, that's interesting, John. And did you have any concerns or reservations about joining us on the program?
Yes, I did. I like to know what things are about before I go into them. Yes. I'll always dip my toe in the water before I jump. Right. I don't think I fully understood what was in store, but I was motivated to do it by Ems, encouraged to do it by Ems, handcuffed to do, half Nelson to do it by Ems, perhaps, I don't know, but I think it needed to be a choice. I don't think I would have managed it if I'd felt under duress, in all honesty.
No.
And as things went on, I was pleased with that decision, as I'm sure we'll discuss. But it was it was largely the drive of Ems, and I wanted to come on the journey with her.
Fantastic. What a brilliant partnership here, I have to tell you. Because most people will go that way, and instead you did that way together. Fabulous. Thank you, John. And so what was the results for you? Sort of you've done the 21-day, you did the food, and you were so incredible as a cook, I have to say. You were creating all these lovely menus and recipes and food, and it was lovely, and thank you for sharing them, by the way, in the group. So what was the outcome for you, the things that really have had a huge impact on you and your life right now?
Okay, there's a lot, and I don't know where to start. I think probably the one place to start would be an unintended outcome, or an unexpected outcome, perhaps is the best way of describing it, which is weight loss. Yeah. I don't think I'm obese, but I was conscious I was heavier than I needed to, or should be, really, and without really trying, I got back to what I'd call my fighting weight, if you like. Lovely. Very quickly, and I saw, and that came early, and it continued through, and has continued since, actually, as well. Now I think with that weight loss, it becomes confidence that there's a bit of challenge there as well. I quite like the competitive element of weighing myself in the mornings and seeing whether or not there's been progress, and it became it was a sort of key indicator, really, and still is. And I still weigh myself each morning, and it's exercise is easier somehow now.
Wow.
I'm carrying less weight, I suppose. I can get up the hill quicker on my bike, and so I'm back on my bike, and that's a huge thing, because I'd again got into my head in the wrong mindset that I was too busy and something had to give. You've got kids, you've got work, you've got house, all this stuff, and exercise, and something was giving, and exercise was giving, but now that's back on the agenda.
Yeah, and let's talk on that subject. Let's talk on the subject of stress. So how has your kind of stress management developed, being the hunter-gatherer, this, that, and the other, and then to become also the father at the same time? So how did that develop, please, during the 21 day?
Exponentially, probably is the answer to that. It's at the start, life is no less chaotic. Let's be honest. We've still got 4 kids running around, and we've got the school runs to deal with, rather than just trying to pack them off to their bedrooms to do homeschooling. But it's the way I feel I'm now able to manage and process the trials and tribulations of family life and of work. Let's be honest. I feel much better equipped somehow. I have clarity of thought. I have a much greater awareness of what I think. I'm always aware of what I needed to do, but I don't think I was always able to execute against it. Perhaps is the difference, actually. So my ability to manage my emotions at times of stress is much greater. And so looking back, I realized I was probably far more stressed and tired and irascible and irrational as well than perhaps I allowed myself to believe, and that's maybe I'm a bloke, or maybe it's coming out of my home office and going into the home environment. I wasn't able to adapt, or anyway, I'm not sure what the reasons were, but I do notice a big difference now, a huge difference.
So it's actually brought up your awareness of how you were managing your family life before, and how it helps you to then now adjust and do things, because your mindset, because we've reset your gut microbiome, by the way, we have reset your brain too, let me tell you.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I believe that. Yeah, it's the ability to cope, and to not to cope. That makes it's if you're only just sort of surviving. It's actually to embrace things much better than I was able to
Lovely.
And to manage situations where I think previously I would rise to the challenge. I'm now able to better have clarity of thought in which battles to pick. I'm still not perfect, don't get me wrong, and we should get the kids on and they'll tell, and let's not pretend there's some.
Tell me the opposite. The kids will tell me the opposite, but but you said your relationships have improved.
I think they have, yes. I mean, genuinely, because it's not, there's less conflict around me with those around me, and I'm able to, I'm smiling inside more, and I'm calmer and more relaxed about what's going on around me.
And the impact this has had on the people around you, you mentioned as well, the fact you are behaving slightly differently, with more kind of being a real human being and facing life, because let's face it, having 4 kids running around the house and doing what they're doing, and teenagers and what have you, is a huge responsibility. But then now you are finding a much happier way. I love hearing you just now saying you're calmer, you're stressed, and you're in, and it's coming from a place of love instead of coming of a place of chaos, this whole thing. And how did you find the fact you were in a group, supporting, and with you posting all your lovely cooking?
No, really important, actually, again, because I think I did go into it a little bit blind. I love that. I like the community that the group creates. I like the it sparked a curiosity as well, I suppose. People had stories to tell. They were, you know, so you're feeding off people's successes, but you're also feeding off their inputs as well. So you know, that those recipes, you know, I'm not sure we create any of those ourselves. They're often mimicking other
Yes.
other people's, and I think that's also really important. Is I felt time was just running away from me, basically, and it was, you know, that everything was rushed, and so new routines were not always the healthiest ones, and it would be grabbing a biscuit, grabbing dinner, you know, shoveling down some pasta, and then getting on with bath time or whatever it might be, and I think the community established, reinvigated an interest in food, but also in what was going into that food and around it, and the impact that was having. So hearing other people's stories is supremely important, because otherwise, because you know you're not alone. It's the same way as anything. You can understand and contextualize things a lot better if other people are telling stories about a similar situation.
Yes, thank you so much, John. I am so grateful. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people, thank you, a lot of people will be listening, I hope, to this video and appreciating what you have shared with us here, because it is so profound, John, for me. Now, John, if anyone was listening to us, to this video now, and they'd be thinking, oh, this could be something for me. Should I be doing it? Should I not be doing it? What would be your advice to them if, the question popped up?
Well, I hope it's clear. I'm pretty evangelical about the whole process, and I suppose some context to that, because I went into it not really understanding and knowing. So I'm maybe a sort of, I'm not an expert in kinesiology like yourself and like some of the others on the program, and so, but, and I think Ems and we tried a number of times to reset, but it was trying to do it incrementally, and I don't think that had any success. And working from home and all that sort of stuff, it breeds bad behaviors, and I think the reset was what was needed, and I think to have your to have you guiding us through it, and to have the community supporting as well each other through it, because it's, you know, it's not easy, and it is a reset, and it is therefore initially, you know, it's a bit of a shock, and you have to get used to it, and you have to find areas that you can build on. And so I would hugely recommend it. I think but it's important to know that it's very doable, and its rewards are huge, but you've got to embrace it.
Yeah, and thank you, John. Thank you, because you said you knew nothing. You know, and nobody need to know anything, John, because and thank you for trusting. Thank you for trusting that we were going to take you through this journey. And I'm so glad the outcome had been well worth it for you and your family, not just you and the people around you, John. So thank you for sharing this. So if you know John and you'd like to know more information about what he's done, the program of the 21-day gut reset program, which is a program where you eat in a particular way. So there's an eating plan, and also you have 5 supplements to support you during that program. So please PM John if you know him, or PM me if you know me. And thank you, John. I cannot thank you enough, I have to say. I'm so grateful for your input, and well done. Congratulations on your results. So I'm going to say bye for now, John.
Thank you, Fatima, and thank you for all your help too.
Pleasure.